Would you hurt a stranger if someone in a lab coat told you to? Or what if you started doubting what you see with your own eyes just because everyone else disagreed? Now, that might sound pretty out there, but the truth is, who you are often changes depending on who's watching. So we're gonna pull back the curtain and see how your culture, your group, and even the room you're in are secretly scripting your personality. See, this isn't about being fake, not at all. It's about these powerful, invisible forces that are constantly shaping our actions and, when you get right down to it, our very sense of self. We're about to dive into the fascinating psychology of the situation and how it really does write the story of who you are. All right, to kick things off, let's try a little thought experiment. Think of ourselves as actors. Every situation is a different stage, and on each one, we play a slightly different part. This all starts with something psychologists call a social role, and it's basically a set of behaviors that's defined by our shared cultural knowledge. It's kind of funny. We just know how a student or a parent or an employee is supposed to act. It's like we've all been handed the same script from day one. Now, what's really interesting about this is how obvious it seems, right? I mean, of course we act differently in these two settings. In a classroom, your social role is student. With your friends, maybe your role is the funny one or the good listener. You're still you, but the situation just pulls a different version of you to the surface. But here's the twist. When we see other people, for some reason, we often forget this simple fact. And that leads us to this classic mental shortcut we all use, called the fundamental attribution error. It's a fancy term, but the idea is actually super simple. We tend to believe other people do things because of who they are, their character, instead of the situation they're actually in. Oh man, and this quote just brilliantly illustrates the point, doesn't it? When someone else cuts us off in traffic, we immediately think, what a jerk. We blame their personality. But when we do the exact same thing, what's our excuse? Oh, I'm just in a hurry. We give ourselves the benefit of the doubt, we see the context of our own situation, but we almost never give that to other people. So we've established that the situation matters a lot. But what happens when we zoom in on the people in that situation? Well, that's when we run into an even more powerful force, that silent, invisible pull of the crowd. It sounds like a plot from some dystopian movie, doesn't it? But classic and honestly pretty shocking psychology experiments have shown that many of us would. Because that desire to belong, it's one of the most powerful motivators we humans have. And here's the crucial point. Conformity isn't just simple peer pressure. We do it for two very specific reasons. First, there's the obvious one. We want to be liked and we want to fit in. But the second reason is a bit more subtle. We often believe the group has better information than we do. So we conform not just to be liked, but to be right. But this pressure has a very real and very dangerous dark side. Groupthink. This is what happens when the desire for harmony in a group becomes so strong that it just completely shuts down any critical thinking. People stop raising objections because they don't want to rock the boat. And this isn't just some minor workplace annoyance. It's been cited as a factor in major disasters, from the Challenger space shuttle explosion to the Bay of Pigs invasion. Okay, so beyond the pressure of the crowd, there's another even more direct influence: authority. From a young age, we're trained to listen to our parents, our teachers, our bosses.